Good morning, guys. Hey, how are you doing? Who is ready for Tuesday morning with me? Coffee with Cathy. Yep, it's gonna be fabulous. If I could just lift this up a little bit. Let's see if I can lift it up a little bit more. That's not working, guys. Oh. I'm trying to get the video to sit right. Ay. One day, right? Do I have anything else to stack around here? I made the decision to go sideways, and now I can't. Welcome to my double chin. So, hi guys. I need to look at this camera right over here, right? I need to look at you guys. How is everyone doing today? It is Tuesday, October 2nd, and I am here ready to ramble. Fun times. Let me see. I need to get this pulled up. Let's see. Where are we? Ooh, I got a wave. Hi, Amanda. How are you doing? Huh? You doing fun? Doing good today? Having a good day? What's on store? Talk to me. I feel like this needs to be switched a little bit so I can look in the right camera, but I'll get it one day. You guys know I will. You're bearing with me. So, who loves the freshly washed hair? Stanley, how do you become a QBO Pro Advisor? Easy. Very, very easy. Let's see if I can go to proadvisor.intuit.com. Here is your link. I'm going to reply to you. Oh, we don't want to listen to me. Here you go. Here's the link. All you have to do is sign up. There's a couple different ProAdvisor routes you can go. So you can get certified in desktop and go that route and be a ProAdvisor in desktop and enterprise and point of sale and other softwares. Those have a fee associated with that membership, where basically you're getting the software too included in it. So they charge you for that. But it's an annual thing. I think maybe they have a monthly option now. I'm not sure. But there's all of that. Then, blah, 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 blah. And then on QuickBooks Online side, that's the really fun side, because that is a free membership to get your ProAdvisor account. And then you have training in there where you can get certified to be a QuickBooks Online ProAdvisor, all about, QuickBooks Online and the program and understanding all of that and the ecosystem and blah, 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 that stuff. So that is obviously going to be my preferred route to tell you guys about. I think QBO is the way where we are right now. But that's just my opinion. And I'm going to be swayed and everything. My love for things, because it's called QBOchat. That I started, and build your best QBO practice. So everything I'm going to be geared toward is online stuff, but I understand reality, and I understand people still use desktop and other software. So, but that's how you get into the ProAdvisor stuff. So hello, Suresh and Amanda. Thank you for telling us that the desktop has a monthly fee. So the desktop ProAdvisor program has a monthly fee for $35 now. Getting some good questions in here. I feel like I'm gonna need an Intuit employee in here one day. So Amanda, you're busy trying to catch up a client a whole year and a half behind. Wow. So are you using any software, anything that will make life easier for you? I don't know what kind of data you're dealing with to get into QBO, but know that there's a lot of stuff out there that can help you make it a lot faster. In case you're not aware of it. So I can talk to it if you want. which brings up the point of I still need to finish one more QBOchat interviews from when we were at Scaling New Heights. I interviewed people outside of the building, and then we did some live demos afterwards, and I have one left. I think I did 5 or 6 videos, and one left to complete and put up on YouTube, and that's for auto entry. So auto entry, see that you're using Receipt Bank. Auto entry and Receipt Bank they have differences, but they're in the same arena. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm glad you liked the video on Receipt Bank. Yay! Watching stuff. That is really cool. I'm such a dork. Okay, I'm pulling up the YouTube channel. I don't have a lot of stuff on there yet. The neck and back is still killing me. So we're getting there. My husband says I have to call the doctor's office today to see if my insurance has been approved. So I went last week. So last time I did this, I think, was last Tuesday before my MRI results came in. And, wow, I'm looking at myself at the big screen while this is going on. It takes a while to get used to looking at yourself. So yeah, got MRI results, and everything's fine with my neck and my spine, which is good and bad because I'm like, I've been in severe pain all the way over here and everything. But she moved around a little bit and kind of checked things out over here and was like, okay, well, what we probably need to do are facet injections. So they're like between the spine you have the vertebra and the discs and stuff. Well, on the side of the spine you have those little connectors, whatever. So even smaller spaces are the facet joints, and so they're gonna put in, I guess, some steroids into a couple places on my neck to hopefully give me some relief, because I haven't been able to do much of anything at all. But even like sitting here, like I wish I could be up a little bit higher because this is kind of hurting right now. Of course, I'm trying to avoid the double chin too. This is my craziness. So where was the video on Receipt Bank? I use it, but I'd like to learn more. Trinity. So if you go to the YouTube channel on there, obviously it's on QBOchat too, but if you go to the YouTube channel, on top I do QBOchat interviews. Those are the ones I did while people were here in Atlanta for Scaling New Heights. I interviewed them outside of Scaling New Heights. And then we also, so each of these interviews is half like in person talking about the app, and then the other half is the other half is a demo and talking about, how to use it and stuff. Brenda, go to a chiropractor first before medication. While I believe that people love chiropractors and stuff, in this instance, I'm going to go with my gut on this, and I'm going to continue to listen to my gut and hear what everything is and stuff. So, but thank you for that suggestion. Do you need Receipt Bank in QBO? Why would you recommend it? So Receipt Bank and auto entry and those sorts of apps are great at automating like paper data, receipts, invoices, statements, that sort of thing. Automating that using OCR, optical character recognition software and stuff to translate that into data that we can import into QBO. So there's automation around it, and some people find use for that. Most of my clients, we don't have a lot of paper receipts. We have a lot of credit card transactions where I know how to code those, and I'm not in an industry where I need to necessarily keep receipts within QBO, or I'm not in Canada where there's all different other rules where you have to have receipts and stuff like that. You have to have receipts here, but yeah. Anyways, so Stanley, QBO can do some of it. Look at those videos if you get a chance. You can see what they do more. It's an extension of QBO, but that's my point. Like, I don't, in my practice where I've cut down the number of clients I have a handful of clients. I'm doing bookkeeping routine over and over again. I'm not doing cleanup work. I'm not doing a lot of data going from one system to another or anything like that. But so I don't have a need in what I'm doing for either of those apps, but I can definitely see there is a need with different practices. So with any app, you got to see how does that work with you. What about HubDoc? I do use HubDoc, actually. I use HubDoc to save me time on pulling statements from the banks so that I don't have to log into the banks, pull those statements and stuff. I believe Receipt Bank is starting to do a pool feature where they're going to pull from, they started with vendors, and I think, I'm taking off my sticker. It started with vendors, and then they're going to go over to banks eventually, where they'll pull the statements from the banks, but HubDoc obviously already does that. So again, different apps for different things that you want to do in your practice. And you want to have a specific use for that app. Yes, Trinity, they call it Fetch. And it's in the video too, right? Damien gave me a great demo on it and stuff. Well, he didn't have a demo of Fetch, I don't think. Anyway, check out the video. But you want to have an app that is giving you value for the way your practice is set up. So I know a lot of people are like, here's my technology stack for my practice. But you might do things differently, and the way you get information could be different. Everything could be different. So while HubDoc is great for my practice, maybe it's not a fit for someone else's practice. Maybe, some other app would work better for them. It's just, that's the hard part, is there's so many of these apps out there that you got to figure out, while just because one is loved by all does not mean it is the best fit for you. So I would definitely investigate those and really visualize how can you incorporate that app into your practice, and then test it out. You know how most of those apps have a 30-day trial. If they don't, it's a little shorter than that. You might even be able to convince them, after you sign up, like, hey, can you really give me 30 days or something? But test it out with your practice to see if that workflow is going to be beneficial for you. So I know that I save time with HubDoc with pulling bank statements, and I don't want to have the conversations with clients to get the bank statements. I don't want to be texting them to get their verification code, to log into the bank, all of that stuff. I just don't want to deal with it. So we have HubDoc set up. And if it's messed up or anything, then I email the client and be like, you need to reconnect it. And yeah, that's what we do. So, let's see if I have any new requests to join, because I put this out there right beforehand. I do not. So I get to, me and my virtual assistant, we go through and approve every new member into the group. So, when you answer those 3 questions, there's a fair amount of people that don't answer those questions. So can be hard for us sometimes to see if they actually are in accounting and really want to join us. I don't know why you would want to if you're, whatever. Trinity, you like RB because my clients have multiple accounts, credit card, checking, etc. And it pulls in the receipts in as, there we go. It's on the computer. And as a bill that then matches up in the bank feed, it's just so much faster. I didn't think I needed it either, but it's great. So one thing that I know people that use Receipt Bank, what they're basically doing is when it comes to the bank feed, everything should be a match. You should not be adding anything through, when you have the options in the bank feed, you shouldn't be adding. Everything should be a match. So, because all the transactions and all that information is going through Receipt Bank that then comes into QBO, and then you're basically just matching it up with the bank feed. So that's, I know, the goal that a lot of people have when they're using Receipt Bank. So, yay. Any other fun questions? Things that are going on this week? So I started my QBO Advanced Principles course yesterday. That was cool. I did if you guys haven't heard me go off on the QBO is a database speech, I got to really go into that yesterday and really talk about how it's organized and set up and all of that fun stuff. So that was really, really fun to do. And so we have 5 more sessions going. And then today I have my month-end class. We are now on our 3rd session. And so today we're going to be talking about reconciliations for month-end and going through like any issues that people have and that sort of stuff. So fun things. I got to figure out what my next course is when I'm starting again. Stephanie, do you have a specific niche you work with? If so, did you choose it or did it choose you? I do not have a niche, but here's the thing. When I started my practice 9 years ago, I quickly became 100% QBO firm, right? Like I just worked with QBO. Well, think about it. 9 years ago, people weren't a fan of QBO, but it was really starting to grow in the marketplace where businesses were using it. So my niche at the time was almost, I'm the QBO expert. So, and I'm so much of a QBO expert that I've started a Twitter chat for QBO users, that sort of conversation I was able to have with them. So where a lot of accountants weren't using QBO, I was. So that was kind of my differentiator. And a lot of people found me online because if you search QBO expert for a while, I'd come up pretty high on a search. So that was kind of my niche for a while. And obviously QBO's grown, the market's saturated, and QBO expert isn't as differentiating, I guess, as it used to be. So so that kind of changed. That would be the closest thing that I've had to a niche. I tried a couple other niches. If you listen to David Leary, who's a good friend of mine, I do believe with him that, if you're in practice now and you want to grow, going with a niche is a very, very great idea because it streamlines everything that you do in your practice. Like your marketing is streamlined towards that niche, and you can, get involved with that niche in different trade shows or whatever, you can become an expert in that area. So kind of like how I was the QBO expert when no one else was, you can be that expert in that industry in accounting when there's not really anyone else. So instead of them just finding a generic bookkeeper that all their friends like, but might be all different businesses, you come in and be like, no, I know how your business runs because I work with like 500 of you, 100 of you, 50 of you. It doesn't matter because they learn that you understand their industry and they don't have to teach you the industry, which, a lot of us have to learn the industry with every new different client we get. So, when it comes to choosing it, or did you choose it, don't force it. I've tried to force it. That was my problem. I tried to force it. I had a few public relations clients in the past, and I was going to go with that niche, right? And I did all my marketing, set it up, got all that way, and I just couldn't. I wasn't inspired to keep on going with it. Like, you have to have a passion for your niche, or else people are just going to pick up that you're faking it, or you're just gonna just lose steam because you're just not that interested in it. I'm very ADD and I like learning about new businesses and new stuff and whatever. So that was also my problem, to focus on one niche. But you know what I've found better? What I've found that I can focus on right now is offering these trainings and doing these trainings. So maybe that's just a better fit for me because I am able to focus on it and grow it and see it as a business strategy. What do I want it? How do I want to do these trainings? How do I want to expand them? What do I want QBOchat to look like? We have a Facebook group. How does all that work? Like, that's where my brain is all the time versus maybe working with interior designers, you know? I had a few interior design clients, loved it, but I spent way too much time on more the design aspect of looking at like the pretty houses and the pretty things and whatever. I never got into the actual like business of running interior design stuff. That wasn't interesting me. It was more like I wanted to see the end results. I really wanted to be the interior designer. So there's that. My husband's posting on things. Watch out. He just posted on Tech Tuesday that he struggled with to-do list forever. Yes, honey, you do. But he is and he just started messing with Todoist yesterday. I think it might be the one. How many of you have started an app and you looked at it and you're like, this is it. This is the solution. And it doesn't. And with us that have ADD, my husband does too. This is definitely the solution. I'm going to lose interest in about 2 days. I hope he's not watching. Don't tell him, guys. So, what else do we get? Who wants coffee? Coffee. Again, refresh. What kind of messages we got over here? Bum. Trying to think what else we got. What other questions you guys have? So we talked about apps a lot. This is another long question. We get over into QBO or Facebook. Do you believe you can be successful in bookkeeping alone and not offer tax? Many local firms have tried to convince me to work in tax. Stephanie, you do you. That's my short answer. You do you. I tried having tax in my practice, like hiring a contractor, someone that I trusted and liked and everything, and tried that. It didn't work out. I hate tax. So I don't do it. I mean, and there's ways to market yourself to say, hey, look, I am another set of eyes on your books and I understand the day-to-day business operations, and then let's have a tax professional that understands the tax code and understands how to get you in the right position when it comes to tax planning. That includes your personal stuff, everything like that. Let me handle, getting you through the year, keeping you on track, like working in a monthly engagement or a weekly engagement sort of thing. And if something comes up, let's call in the tax person. I'll be the first one to call the tax person because I know it relates to them. And go that direction. Like that's the conversation you have. You can say, you know, some of the benefits are that you have more eyes on the books and more of like a check and balance sort of thing. And you can focus on the bookkeeping and they can focus on the tax stuff. But, you know, obviously you can make not the same pros and cons, but you can make other pros and cons if you have tax in your practice as well. So it's just a matter of how do you explain the story to your potential leads as to, you know, who you are, what makes you you, and be true to yourself. If you don't like tax and you don't feel comfortable with dealing with it, don't do it, because there's a lot of liability and all that stuff there. And again, I've been in that position. It's the smart decision to do. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't go there. So Trinity only does bookkeeping, although she does some sales tax. Yes, I do sales tax, and I don't like it, but I do it. So there's that. I've gotten rid of all the clients that had sales tax, I think. But yeah, and I don't do like payroll taxes. My clients are on ADP. So ADP handles all the filings and stuff like that. I understand what's supposed to be done, how it's supposed to be done, and everything. And I understand how ADP, like any kind of system, ADP or whoever, does it. So I manage that relationship. And if anything goes wrong, then I'm going in and investigating it and trying to figure it out and working with them. So that's pretty much, you know, in my engagements, kind of call it payroll management. Maybe I put in the hours into ADP so that payroll can run every other week or whatever, if we're not set up on an automatic payroll schedule. And, you know, I do that, but more so I'm there to make sure I figure out if something goes wrong, you know, because there's so many of these, and it's not just payroll. There's so many apps out there and stuff, different parts of the whole accounting ecosystem for a business that could go wrong. And for me, I'm always kind of like the watchdog on it as to, is this going to come up? What do I need to do? And I'm just looking for it. And, you know, I'm just there on watch or like an insurance kind of thing. Like I'm just there aware of their books and aware of things that, you know, something comes up. I'm like, no, that's not right. We need to fix that and all that sort of stuff. Stephanie Smith, you said sales tax scares you. Yeah, it scares me too, honestly. But if you get to the point where you have a lot of sales tax kind of stuff, there is automation available to you. And I don't think I have any videos on the YouTube channel. Let me get to QBOchat. So on QBOchat, the website, the whole thing, our viral sponsor is Avalara. And with Avalara, they do, where's my community spotlight, accountants? You know, this is what happens when things get changed around. We're still working on getting everything as perfect as possible. Dude. Okay, note to developers. Links don't work on sponsorship page. Let me get to Avalara. Let's go with what is Avalara. Okay. So we're going to have, let's see, what is Avalara? And then, do I have it linked to the other? Like, where are my links? Okay, so what is Avalara? That's one. Tells you what they do and stuff. And then there is their page. And here is their sponsorship page for like they have a video and some other stuff. So they have tools where you can automate. Oh, now the husband's watching. Guys, don't tell them what I was talking about earlier. Hi, babe. So, I'm like, oh, is my face bright right now? Okay. Avalera. So, yeah, they do sales tax automation where they can actually come, like, they work within QBO or it kind of goes into QBO to help automate the calculation for sales tax, especially if you really have issues and stuff like that. Like really difficult sales tax or something, all the crazy stuff, then they can help you automate what the sales tax should be, getting adjusted, and then they can also automate filing of the returns, and they have a lot of different options. So if you're scared of sales tax, that's an option for you. And it's a back to cost benefit as to at what point in your practice will that save you time and money, so investing in that gets you a better profit. So that's what you want to do with any app. So, good morning, Lourdes. Trying to check out everything. I'm going to duplicate that tab. I don't think I have any new requests to join the group. So we talked about, like, what is the number of members today? 1363. That's really cool. Really excited. Fixing hair. Still right out of the shower kind of hair. And with my neck and stuff, I can't, like, I get sore after doing a hairdryer or a straightener or curling it or anything. So, welcome to wet hair. What else? What else do we have? I was gonna pull up when my next courses are. Okay. It's going to be the intro to QBO course, and that starts October 16th, so in a couple of weeks. That one will be fun. That one's going to be, like, if you don't have a lot of experience with QBO, really going through how to use QBO, but more from the stance of how to build a practice around it, how to be efficient in it, what kind of services you can provide to your clients, and that sort of stuff. So if you go to that link, I should have the agenda. So yes. Agenda, QuickBooks Online and virtual bookkeepers, overview of common services, what does a virtual bookkeeper do or doesn't do, then like talking about customizing QBO for your clients, and ultimate efficiency with bank feeds, accountant tools, preferred workflows, and month-end close and reporting. So in month-end close and reporting is, one session versus I actually have a course that's month-end that is 6 sessions. So it's very short. And look, reporting is spelled wrong on that page. Lourdes, you were looking at possibly doing the QBO cleanup one, which I would love to have you join in on. That one, I believe the next one is in December. No, it's in November. So November 27th. It is perfectly set up between right after Thanksgiving and before Christmas for that cleanup class. So, and U.S. Thanksgiving. I don't know when Canadian Thanksgiving is or any other Thanksgiving. So, Stanley, when is this training? The Intro to Bookkeepers training. And I have that link on there so you can really go to it and see it. It is October 16th through November 9th. We do our master courses, mine, whatever, are a month long. So 4 weeks. The first 3 weeks we have 2 trainings a week. And then on the 4th week, spend more time within the Facebook group with posts and answering questions and that sort of stuff. So all the videos are saved, recorded within the Facebook group, and you can watch those at any time. You have access to that group for a year. So if you get behind or anything like that, it's always there for you. Always as in a year. I mean, it's pretty sufficient. So, yeah. And on all these pages, all the different trainings, I have what the schedule is, so what the dates of the trainings are. So you guys can have that, assuming I don't make a date mistake on something. I've done it like once or twice already, so let's hope I'm getting there. And then we have the agenda talking about more of what's covered in the course. So fun times, right? This is a really bad angle for me. Really bad angle. Oh, I need something up just like half a foot. Anyway. What other questions do we have? Or do we have any? Oh, it's 9:40 already? Jeez, guys. You got me going. Members. Oh, I'm totally on the wrong page. You know, I manage these Facebook groups and I do this all the time. I'm still clicking all over the place. Like, one day I'll figure, have my routine. Then Facebook will change it. Of course, I'm sure a lot of people can say that about QBO too. I'm clicking all over the place. Where do I go? Once I get there, they'll change it on me. So, let's see. Oh, guys, QBOchat, the Twitter chat on Thursday. If you are around and able to join us, where do we go? I'm gonna go to that link, share that. This week's topic is announcing the top 10 finalists for the App Showdown, for Intuit's App Showdown. So we get to meet these finalists that are in the running for $100,000 prize. Super cool. And these are really cool apps that have come on to apps.com within the past year and gone through vetting, and there was voting, and now we are down to our top 10. So we get to meet them all. Yay! It's gonna be fun. Do 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 do. Bum. Trying to see what else I got out of here. If I don't have any other questions, I'll probably wrap it up in a few minutes. One day, I'm gonna get my stand again and be able to get the right view, the right eyesight. See, like, it's still too whatever, and I can't hold it straight. I mean, I can't do this constantly. Okay. So, let's see. What is going on? Anything new? So I have a Google alert set up for QuickBooks Online. I look at that a lot. Just scan it. I mean, there's a lot of new posts every day, but it's just kind of anything new that hits. So talking about, let's see, where is this? I don't know where I'm going. You want me to install Flash later? No? Okay. There's a whole bunch of bad things happening on my computer. Let's not go to that link. But we're talking about niches. So in here, it's like how to clear undeposited funds in QuickBooks Online, but it's a pool contractor and jet pool specialist. So I don't know. I think, if you go down the niche lane of something, you can be, on those websites of like, hey guys, I am the source for this software that you use all the time. I can make it easier for you. Come check me out and work with me. And you can, doing that, you can start to earn higher rates because you are the expert and you're not having to do the learning curve that everyone else will. And you can provide far more specialized advice for those businesses and stuff. So, I mean, I love the concept. I wasn't able to do it. I love the concept. Is that fair? But, I mean, that goes back to, like, why I started this group of, I had just been trying to, put a square peg into a round hole for years. I mean, I have been in practice for 9 years, and I've been trying to make it work, trying to make it fit, right? Where I wanted to grow this practice, this totally different practice where everyone kind of had ownership in their clients and they had ownership around their schedules and all of this, really cool imaginative stuff and innovative stuff, and try to get there over and over again. And I would get to the point where I could hire someone and do that for a while, and it wouldn't work out, or something would happen, and I'd either lose a client, lose an employee, do something, and then have to try to get back up to that place. And I went on this cycle, up and down like this for years. And last year's QuickBooks Connect, I sat in on a session on building the $1 million practice. And what I realized is sitting there, the people that were talking up on stage had so much passion for building the practice and sitting there talking about how you run this practice, and this is your day, and this is what you live and breathe and think about, and everything is running the practice, and how am I going to grow it and make sure our system's in place and all this sort of stuff. And I couldn't do it. I was like, I really don't want to be that. I don't want that to be my job and what I do. So that's where it was kind of a light bulb moment of, it's okay if I'm not that, if my practice isn't that. I'm not a failure if I don't create what I initially thought that I wanted. Things change. Reality happens. I don't like managing people. So me growing a bigger firm with more people, those things don't work together, right? So I do enjoy bookkeeping to a point. I like that, I enjoy it to a point, but at the same time, I've been doing this Twitter chat for the past 5 years, and I was doing it as a passion project, and there was nothing business really associated with it. I had some sponsors, but it was more to fuel me, but it also drained me at the same time. I hope that makes sense. Because it was, I had this community. I felt that I had to support everyone else and kept on doing it and everything. So after QB Connect and after that session, I really, took time myself to figure things out and realized, hey, I really like QBOchat. I really like doing this sort of stuff. I obviously love QuickBooks Online. I obviously love telling people and sharing with people how I use QBO, what I do with it, how cool it is, all these other different apps that we look at, all this stuff. And what I've been doing in my practice for 9 years, which I still think is like, well, I've been doing it for 9 years. So like, yeah, this is my norm, blah, blah, blah. But realizing that other people don't, like when I started, there were no real resources along the way. Like I wanted checklist, I wanted all of that sort of stuff. So now I want to be able to provide that for other people that are starting out, so that I can be that support when I know I didn't have any in that when I was starting. There was some resources, but I really want to fill in the gap, and that's my now passion. You can see, like, I could talk about this stuff. I sit here on Facebook Live talking about QuickBooks stuff. I mean, and that's my passion. So that's where I've pivoted towards this year of how do I create a business around that? What do I need to do? What makes me happy? How does this, all work and look and feel? And so, and growing it and that sort of thing. So I've really enjoyed that so much more than like the 9 years leading up to it, where I felt like I was constantly disappointing myself by not living up to my dream. But I didn't want to do the stuff. Like I didn't want to live the dream, and I didn't even want to live the stuff to get to that dream either. So I gave myself a break. And that's where I had the idea for the name Build Your Best QBO Practice, because I want you to build the QBO practice that fits you, not everyone. I want you to be aware of your personality, what you're good at, your strengths, your weaknesses, and build a practice around that, so that you don't have to, I don't know, like I felt like I was a failure for a really long time. Even though I'm into a world and talking to people and sharing stuff, I felt like, what am I doing? I saw my peers surpassing me in the size of their firms and all that sort of stuff. And I'm just like, dude, what am I doing over here? And I realized I was just not jumping at opportunities because I didn't want to do them, like I didn't want to do them. So I can't create the firm that I think I want to create, but I really don't want that firm anyways. And all that stuff. So the real point is to really think to yourself as to what you want, and you can build a practice that's profitable around that. It doesn't, one size does not fit all. You can have a small practice and make good money. You can have a big practice and make good money. You can do either and still be broke. I mean, it's all a matter of where you want to be and what you want to do. So, and then really getting passionate about it and making sure still that you are protecting your interest, your family, and providing for them too. So, Stanley, you don't know what you're doing wrong? Well, what does your gut say? Or, what are the things that you just don't want to do that everyone's telling you should be doing? That's usually a sign as to maybe my goal and who I am are not in alignment. So, definitely. Me in like networking events or picking a niche. All these things that were just so difficult and I just couldn't grasp. It just, yeah. But me on social media, me on Facebook, this is awesome. I love it. So this I can do. I'm just picking random days to do a Facebook Live and you guys get to look at my double chin. I mean, come on. It's awesome, right? Such a dork. And I laugh at myself a lot, but trying to see if anyone else is requested. I have not had any new requests. Okay, it's fine. So that's where I am. But Stanley, you'll get there. Trust me, you'll get there. Just a matter of be open and really be truthful with yourself. Don't worry about truthful with everyone else. Truthful with yourself. And another thing, when you are unsure of the future, unsure of where you're going and that sort of thing, don't let that stop you from making action now. Does that make sense? So don't go ahead, like don't put off opportunities, don't put off other things because you're not sure where you're going next or whatever. Because really when we are pivoting or something like that, things are just delayed in whatever. It's just a matter of, I don't know if this is making sense. So when I started pivoting, I didn't take on new clients. So I did let go of those opportunities. But I guess my point is don't hold yourself back from growth, maybe. My example is when I was working for a construction company and I was doing management reporting there. I was there for a couple of years and knew I wanted to get pregnant and be able to work from home, right? And I didn't know what that looked like or how that was going to happen and stuff. And then I got pregnant and then we started having discussions about work from home and stuff, and it just never worked out. But I didn't push for things like a promotion during this period because I felt like I knew which direction I was going in the future and, what's the point, I guess? Where I should have done it. I should have continued to be in the moment and try to get recognition for what I was doing then and who I was, and what I was providing to the firm or to the company. So that's, I guess, one of the things I kind of, I don't know if I regret. It's just a matter of I feel like I could have done more on that. But I held myself back in my head because I was like, it's not going to matter. I'm going to be somewhere else. So, I don't know. Be present as to where you are now. So don't give up on your clients right now if you're going to change them or anything like that. But also keep your eye on the future and how are those two things going to work. So Stanley, you want to focus on growing your firm? Well, you need a strategy. You need to know where you are now, how you're going to get, what is it going to look like to be bigger? Do you just need more revenue? Do you need the same number of clients? Do you need all of that? How is it going to look? What is your net income going to be when it's bigger? Are you going to be making the same amount of money? How do you build for profit going forward. And then what's the strategy, the marketing strategy behind that to get there? So that's what you need to do. Amanda, that's the same reason I studied bookkeeping. I wanted to work for myself and from home. Yeah. That's what I do. Well, I have an office too. I just haven't been in it in a while. Just a couple miles away. But with the whole neck, back, whatever issue, I like to be close to a couch. So, there you go. Okay, guys, I don't think we have much else going on. So I am going to wrap it up. Thank you for your time. And I will try to do this again next week, assuming everything is still doing well. Have a great week. I'm here in the Facebook group if you have any questions or anything. So, see ya. Have a good week. Bye.